Hello and welcome back to my new workshop. This is why I haven't been doing so much work at home. I've been doing quite a bit of work at the steam rail workshop in Melbourne, and this is the machine I've been working on. It is a 24-inch metal shaper, and it's got a tag on it that says it was made on the 1st of May in 1927. Now, I've just about got this going. There were two faults. The first fault was the clutch wasn't engaging, and I got very, very lucky and used a copper hammer, a little bit of percussive maintenance, and freed up the clutch linkage, and now that's working properly. The second problem was that the ram was frozen. And so what I did there was I packed the table with bits of wood. Before I packed the table with the bits of wood, I removed the gib. So I removed the gib so that it was possible to lift the ram. I packed the table with bits of wood and then wound the tool rest down into the bits of wood, which lifted the ram. When the ram was about 5 millimetres lifted, I poured some ISO 68 oil in there. And then when I've been turning it over using the V-drive belt, the V-drive pulley. So I tried turning the V-drive pulley and the ram started going backwards and forwards quite nicely. So I've spent the rest of this afternoon cleaning it up, reinstalling the locking mechanism on top of the ram, and just getting things a little bit tidier. Next week I'll be installing a big vise, and that's been quite a nice job. The next thing to do is to get the motor tested and hooked back up, and then we'll have a working metal shaper, which will be really good. Its purpose is going to be for cutting slots on inside diameters. Apparently trains need these things, but I'll take a quick tour around the workshop because there's some other things to see. And yes, it's a completely enormous workshop. Now, the item we're looking at here is a Choven wheel and axle lathe. Its purpose is for machining tyres on railway wheels. So it's a big chuck, big everything. It looks like it's made in the 1950s. It's being actively restored. And the fellow who is actively restoring it would really like to hear if anyone's got a manual or knows anything at all about this particular wheel and axle lathe. It is a monster. Hiding away in the corner, we have a vertical boring machine, and that's one of those items that I'm going to be very keen to learn how to use. So we have here a couple of smaller lathes. Lang Australia, the one in the background. The one in the foreground is another Lang, very nice looking lathe. Another nice looking lathe, Bowgie Machine Toolworks. Apparently this one is nice enough to keep the pigeons off of it. Here is the one that I really like, and this one is the Cincinnati U3 Universal Mill. And I would really like to learn how to use that one. No doubt I will. This next machine is a Bullard vertical milling machine. No, sorry, a vertical boring machine with multi-spindle. Looks very nice. Here we have a Kearns number 2 horizontal boring machine. Another one which I'll really enjoy learning how to use. All in good time, they say. Here is a medium-sized lathe. It's a Herbert number 9B, multi-spindle tail. Very nice looking, and maybe one day I'll be using that one too.